again, friends, and welcome back to my channel. Goodness me. Happy Friday! We made it! Woo! Here comes the weekend. Yeah. And if you're unaware, this Sunday is my birthday. Woo! 29, yeah, right. 39 years old. I'm so excited to be celebrating that. But you guys are not here for that. It is time to find out what happens to Castile and Leon in chapter 29 of the book that I wrote. And if you guys are interested in finding out where to get a copy for yourself, I will be talking about all that fun details down at the end of this video. So without further ado, let's just jump right into this adventure. Chapter 29. Meanwhile, the 5 military men had strategized a plan to get the legend out. The scheme was a fairly simple one. 2 of the men would free the legend. 2 would stand and guard, and the third would be waiting with the horses. The 2 soldiers crept up behind a pile of boulders. They soon spotted Castilia. She lay there, motionless. The gnomes were sprawled everywhere, sleeping. A few disemboweled gnomes were flung to one side of the cave carelessly. The sound of loud snoring filled the cave. The 2 men each pulled a dagger out of their own belt. As they gingerly and stealthily approached the prisoner, they slowly began to sever the bonds. Once freed, each of the soldiers carried the legend out. She was unmistakably unconscious, clearly by the blood loss due to the wounds she received. One of the men carried her arms while the other held on to her feet. Thus far, the plan was going as it should. They were now almost to the mouth of the cave when one of the soldiers tripped a little by a gnome's body. Instantly, all the cannibal gnomes were awake. An angry mob began to charge with their weapons drawn, ready to do combat. The other 2 military men were also at the ready. They shot many gnomes down with their bows and arrows. This gave the men carrying their quarry a chance to escape. They too quickly withdrew. The last soldier was waiting for them with the horses. Shouts from both gnomes and men filled the air. Each man leapt upon his own horse. The leader of the soldiers tossed the legend across his animal and galloped swiftly off with the others right behind him. The gnomes were outraged at this. They could not keep up with the horses. A voice came from inside the cave and spoke to them in their language. A pile of jewels and gems materialized out of thin air. This distracted them, and they ran to it and began grabbing handfuls of it greedily. After a while of admiring it and fighting over it, the gnomes hauled it into their cave and fell asleep again. Half an hour after, the gnomes were asleep again for the second time. Leon arrived. He was leading his horse by the reins and inspecting the ground. Horse tracks, he thought to himself. The mouth of the cave loomed up ahead of him and seemed almost daring him to enter. Leon took a big breath and slowly exhaled. He took a bow and notched an arrow, but didn't use a lot of tension. Then he stepped slowly into the entrance of the cave. The rank, rotting smell almost knocked him off his feet. Little Boy followed behind. Leon watched where he stepped. A few minutes in, he could barely make out A few minutes in, he could barely make out some stakes several paces away. As he approached, he put his weapon away. In the dim light, it wasn't easy to see, but Leon could make out that the stakes had severed bonds. He tossed them to one side. He was too late. The soldiers had taken her. On the one hand, he was thankful for them getting her out of this horrid place. On the other hand, knowing that they were taking her to see the prince made him shiver with worry. Think like a hunter, he told himself, as he tried not to be disturbed by the inhabitants who slept in the cave. His horse looked slightly spooked and restless. Leon couldn't say he blamed him. The only one who seemed undisturbed and unaffected by this cave was Little Boy. The reptile casually moved around like he owned the place. Leon softly whistled for his water dweller to come to him. The cold-blooded animal took his time exiting the cave. Leon knew if he rode fast, by nightfall he should be in sight of the riders. With a renewed sense of urgency, Leon leapt upon his steed and rode onward. So that is all the chapter for today. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this story and want to read along with me or on your own, this book can be purchased on Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com, Apple iBooks, and lots of other places books are sold. If you are also interested in finding out my creative process of writing this story and some of the background of the characters, that includes how I came up with the names of Leon and Castilia, some interesting deep dive details into Rifa, Nero, and Blinken. Another article I wrote, which is my latest article, is about how I came up with the different hair colors for Leon, Castilia, Nero, and Starlin the Wizard. So if you are interested in that, go check it out. I try to write an article Monday through Friday all about different aspects and character deep dives of my book. I would highly encourage you to do that if you like the characters and setting. I keep my articles as spoiler free as possible, so if you are enjoying this and want to read the articles but feel you might get spoiled by doing that, that is not a problem. I do my absolute best of writing non-spoiler articles so that way you guys can enjoy them. It really means so much to me that you guys like this video and comment on it. If you know people that like fantasy, please send them my way. The more the merrier. If you like this video, please give it a big like, subscribe, share with friends and family. I'm also trying to build up to 200 subscribers because I have a very fun giveaway I want to plan on doing. It's going to include some fun prizes like a lounge fly, maybe a copy of my book, some Disney ears, some Disney pins maybe, so lots of fun things, maybe some Idaho items. So if you are interested and wanting to participate in that contest, please send your friends over because I will not be doing that giveaway until I get 200 subscribers, because I feel that's a big milestone. And I believe I have, let me think, I want to say I have 159 subscribers as of today. So that is awesome. Thank you and welcome new subscribers. Hi! I'm so glad you decided to join me on this adventure. I'm also will be doing some fun Disney videos for you guys. I've got a fun Disney announcement for December. Woo! So that will be coming up. I also will be doing a fun birthday video, so definitely stay tuned for that. And as they say in my book, may the elements protect you, and I will see you guys Monday for a new chapter. Bye-bye for now, everybody.